In this particular matrix, I'm going to get it started for you, and then I want you to finish it. So let's go ahead and get started on this is how we would approach doing one that has a column with 3 rows and then has 3 columns in the second box with 2 rows. So the first thing that we would do is I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to use some highlighters to kind of circle some things so you can see where I'm getting my numbers. I'm going to take this 1 and I'm simply going to multiply it to this 1. So I end up having 1 times 1. Then I'm going to take this 2, I'm going to put a box around it, and I'm going to go ahead and multiply it to this 0. So then we now have 2 times 0. And I am going to add these 2 together. So it's going to be 1 times 1 plus 2 times 0. And then I'm going to do the same thing for the next one. So for instance, when I go to the next one, I'm going to go ahead and start over once again. We have this one right here, so I'm going to do 1 times 2 but it's going to be plus, and then it's going to be 2 times 1. And I color coded the numbers so you know, right? I'm getting the red number is coming from this box, the black number is coming from this box. And then we're going to go to the next one, right? Because we have another column to do. So once again, I'm going to go over. This time I'm just going to go ahead and circle it with my pen. We have 1 times 3 plus 2 times 2. Now, I'm going to go ahead at this point, I'm going to move it up a little bit, and I'm going to draw an arrow. So when we get through with this, basically what we're going to have is, go down, we're going to have an answer that has 3 columns and 3 rows. Now when we're doing this, I'm going to go ahead and start putting some of this together. For instance, on this one right here, I have 1 times 1 plus 2 times 0. Well, 1 times 1 is 1. Plus 2 times 0, well, that's going to be 0. So that's like saying 1 plus 0. And that's just going to give me a value of 1. So that's the beginning of my first column. I'm going to do this next one right here. 1 times 2 is 2, and 2 times 1 is 2. So really we have 2 plus 2, and that gives us 4. And then in this last one right here, we have 1 times 3 is 3, and 2 times 2 is 4. So 4 plus this 3 is going to give us 7. So this is the top row. Go ahead and work out the next 2 on your own and show your work. Now notice, right, we had taken this 1 and 2 and multiplied it to all 3 columns. Now you're going to take this 0 and 1 and multiply it to all 3 columns. Don't forget, for instance, when you do 0 times 1, you'll write that right here, plus, and then it'd be 1 times 0, and you write that answer right here. Right? So just like make sure that you write your problem out, and then you can do the multiplication and addition and write your final answer.